I swear I have other projects that I've been working on, but lately it seems every week something new pops up that demands my attention. And right now, the big topic in the Brony community is Equestria Girls. The last time I talked about Equestria Girls, almost nothing was known about it. We literally only had a couple of promotional teaser pictures to go on. In fact, a lot of people wondered if it was even real, but now the trailer has been released. It is definitely real. So, what do I have to say now that there's actually something to talk about? Well, despite what I said before about it being a new series, it turns out this is actually going to be a movie with an extremely limited theatrical release. Oh, come on, Hasbro. You want all the little kids to see it, so why not release it in the major theaters? Really, I just want to see the looks on their faces at AMC or Harkins as they sell out entire shows without a single child in the goddamn building. Anyway, it apparently starts off in the Crystal Empire. As I understand it, I think Twilight's crown or one of the royal crowns has been stolen, and Twilight has to get it back by jumping over a magical shark, going through a mirror, into another dimension where she turns into a human. And right away, I'm pretty much sold just from hearing Twilight say, "What am I?" I don't know, I just really like that reaction. It also seems like even she's confused by the outfit designs. Again, I approve. We also get confirmation that Spike has been turned into a dog, and I don't care. Seriously, in the webcomic that I mentioned in my other video, which is now called Canter Girls, Spike was reimagined as Twilight's pet lizard, and that got a really positive reaction, so seeing him as a dog really makes no difference to me. It seems that the alternate world is populated by human counterparts to all the ponies in Equestria, and they're all in high school. So she meets human versions of her friends, they do school stuff together, there's a boy at some point, there's a villain at some point, and I'm assuming from the song playing in the background that they save the day with the power of friendship. Okay, first let's talk about some of the bad stuff. Yes, it looks like it's going to be a Disney-style high school drama. Compare that with what's going on in Equestria, where the main characters are already living on their own, half of them run their own businesses, one's training for the military, and one's a goddamn princess, which, by the way, also means the one with the most normal day job is Pinkie Pie, and I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to try really hard to make me care about high school. Seriously, it looks like a big part of the story revolves around the school dance, because doesn't it always? And yeah, Vinyl Scratch is there, that's cool. The Cutie Mark Crusaders are there for some reason, that's cool. But I so don't care about the school dance. And it really doesn't help that so much of the trailer is full of flat angles and slow, dull, uninteresting animation. I mean, isn't a trailer supposed to show off the most exciting parts of the movie to make you want to see it? And there's also the issue of the boy, which has a lot of people worried that they're going to have Twilight sidestep her mission even more so she can get a boyfriend. Though I'm still not sure if this might be a human version of Shining Armor. At the very least, I think he's being played by Andrew Francis, so even if this is a new character, he still sounds exactly like Shining Armor. And do you really think they're gonna give Twilight a boyfriend with the same voice as her brother? Well, like two peas in a pod, they did do everything together. But now let's talk about the good parts of the trailer. First off, actually seeing the characters in motion actually looks a lot better than I thought it would. And as much as I complain about the shallow premise and a lot of the shots looking boring, it's possible that they just made a bad trailer. Keep in mind that the movie is going to be about as long as 3.5 episodes of the show, and we're only seeing 1 minute of it here. It's still being made by DHX, it's the same people who worked on the main series. And really, think about Friendship is Magic for a second. One episode, Suited for Success, is basically about a unicorn making dresses for her friends and holding a pony fashion show. But it's also smart and funny and deals with complex issues and characters, and it's actually one of the best episodes of the series. There's also a Canterlot Wedding, which begins and ends with a wedding, but the whole story revolves around an epic villain and a plan to take over the entire kingdom, and it's awesome, so when they do finally get to the wedding at the end, it feels like a great payoff. The whole theme of this generation has been about deconstructing stereotypes to show that you can tell traditionally girly stories while making them deep, interesting, and genuinely entertaining. Does it struggle sometimes? Well, yeah. Unfortunately, there are more bad episodes than I'd like to admit, but when it succeeds, it truly is some of the best family entertainment that's ever been made. With Equestria Girls, while the villain looks like a typical stuck-up high school mean girl, I've been told that she resembles a pony called Sunset Shimmer, who apparently was also Celestia's apprentice at one point, so having her go up against Twilight could be really interesting. And while the trailer doesn't show off the semi-equine designs that were in the promotional artwork, there is a hint at a big showdown with magical powers that kind of resembles Phyllis Chrysalis's reveal, so I'm not about to rule out a transformation sequence at this point. And as for the boy, assuming that he is a love interest, even though the show usually doesn't go in that direction, there are a number of ways that this could realistically play out. Either Twilight will stay human so she can be with him in the human world, he'll become a pony to be with her in Equestria, or they'll both split up and say their goodbyes at the end. And from what I've heard, the events in the movie won't interfere with the main series, which implies that this is going to be a one and done kind of adventure. So my bet is that they'll probably go their separate ways. And again, that's assuming that this really is what everyone thinks it is, which it might not be. He might just be a guy who helps her out. Though if it turns out that she does have a taste for human, that would add a whole new context to some of the Rule 34 stuff that's out there. Do you really think DHX wants to open up that can of worms? But in the end, I'd say the bad stuff that was already hinted at before didn't really get worse, it's just there. But some other parts look better than I thought they would, and because of that, I actually want to see this more now than I did before. So yeah, if it ends up being bad, then I'll be honest about it. But for now, I want to see it. It could be good. It could be fun. I say, let's check it out.